Hey guys, it's Jack from Puget Sound Fly Company here, and today we're talking about our top 3 tips for casting. Today we're going to give you a tip to learn how to double haul better, to be a little bit more accurate with your casting, and one to help you get a little bit more distance. The first thing that we want to cover is if you aren't already double hauling, that's going to be the thing that's going to improve your casting by far the most. This is a really simple drill that will help you get into double hauling. All you want to do with this is do one back cast with a double haul, lay down your back cast onto something like concrete or grass. You don't want to do this one on water because the water tension will be too much and you won't be able to move your forward cast. The whole point in this drill is to separate your front cast from your back cast. Usually when people try and double haul for the first time, they end up getting overwhelmed with a whole new motion and also focusing on their regular casting. The key thing that you want to pay attention to here is my left hand. When I do that first haul, it's a nice big pull as I start the rod movement, and then as I go back, once the line's actually formed its loop, I will feed line into it and meet my hands again back at the starting point. So both my left hand and my right hand are at the exact same place, which allows me to start my next haul on the forward cast, but we're gonna lay down the line so that way we can separate the two. Keep in mind here, the whole time I'm watching my line and I'm making sure that it comes totally unraveled up in the air, and then it drops down to the ground, and then I do my forward cast, and then I make sure that that comes totally unraveled and sets down. I'm doing the exact same thing. You're mirroring your back cast on your forward cast. The next drill that we want to talk about is when you are casting for accuracy, it's a little bit different cast. So when I'm casting here, trying to be real accurate with my cast, I'm aiming for that very close corner here on the right side of that little box of concrete. And the whole time that I'm casting at that small corner there is I'm picking the rod straight up and down, and the whole time I'm staring at that exact point. You want to make sure and focus in on that. Your brain will do all the corrections to make sure that that line is hitting it. And I'm casting right over the top of it, so that way my line comes totally unraveled in the air above that target and then drops down onto it. That's going to help you create a much nicer presentation than the line hitting and then slapping the water. So you want to make sure and cast so that way it comes totally unraveled. And the nice part about the line coming unraveled in the air is, worst case Ontario, is it's going to come unraveled in the air and it's going to be a little bit off, maybe over the bonefish or over a log or whatever it is that you're trying to cast near. You can always pull that back and have it be another false cast, and then do the exact same cast, let it unravel, and then if you like how that one looks, let it drop down into the water and present to the fish. The whole time that I'm doing this casting, I'm thinking about coming straight back and straight forward on a direct line with my target. And that's going to create just a dead straight line right at that target. And then all you have to really worry about is making sure that you're not letting too much line go or coming up short. And that's the benefit to casting and letting it come unraveled in the air, is that if you're too short or too far past it instantly. The third thing that I want to talk about that's really going to help a lot of people with their distance is thinking about the fly rod like an accelerator pedal in your car. When people are casting, they often do what's called shock the rod, and this means that you went too quickly forward on your forward cast and punched it. And so you went 100% of your power right from the start, and the rod gets overloaded, and then you end up with real bad tailing loops. What you want to think about when you're casting is think of the rod just like an accelerator pedal on your car. If I slam on the accelerator pedal, all of a sudden the car's going to jolt forward and I'm going to get yanked back, and it's not going to be a very smooth ride. Whereas if I want to go 60 miles an hour and I'm at a dead stop, I'll ease onto the gas and then hit the bottom. It's the exact same thing with your fly rod. You want to think about when you go back to your back cast and that D loop fully forms and comes straight, you want to start to ease forward and then slowly apply the pressure, and you want 100% of your pressure at the very end, at the very front of your casting stroke is when you want that pressure to really hit the rod, and you want a nice firm stop to accentuate that and create a nice tight loop. So you can see when I'm casting here, what I'm really focused on the whole time is making sure that I'm kind of coming back nice and easy at first and slowly speeding up, and then a nice hard stop at the end to create that nice tight loop. The mark of a really good caster is when it looks like they're putting almost no effort into their casting, and that's really, you can tell someone is really knows when to apply pressure and when not to apply pressure. Whereas if someone looks like they're really working hard, they're applying a lot of pressure to the rod the whole time, and they're overworking themselves. You can get a lot of distance with a very effortless cast if you apply the right amount of oomph to it at the right time. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe to see our new videos every week, and follow us on Instagram to find out about new deals and weekly posts.